Hi everyone, welcome back to the practice. My name is Juanita, aka the Caramel Yogi, and today's practice is all about the spring morning refresh. We just celebrated our first day of spring, otherwise known as the equinox, and I want to put together a little something to help you bring out all that stagnant energy and do away with it so we can welcome in all those new kind of manifestations, energy, dreams we want to embody as we move into the warmer weather. So when you're ready, go ahead and grab some blocks that you think may assist you in your practice, your yoga mat, and come into an easy seated pose. So I'm in easy seat. You can also come into a bound angle. And whenever you're there, let's go ahead, take a nice deep inhale, bring the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, relax them back and down, pulling the shoulder blades together. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, roll them back and together. Allow the hands to sit effortlessly on top of knees or thighs. And just focus solely on the breath. Begin to set an intention of awakening, renewal, re-energizing as we begin to move through this practice. Hold space for that change and transformation. And honor your body in all of these poses, modifying when you can, resting when you can. And then as soon as you're ready, let's seal in this intention by opening the eyes and lifting the hands up overhead, creating our space for today's practice. And exhale, allow the hands to fall towards the sides. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, create space for this practice, looking up between the hands. And exhale, rest the hands down on top of the knees as we do some Kundalini circles, Sufi circles. So go in any direction you may choose and just start to awaken the center body, warming up slowly, moving at a pace that fits your body the best. You can close your eyes, really allow your heart to melt forward as you come around, rounding the back. You come towards the back of the body. And as soon as you feel satisfied, you can go in the opposite direction, allowing your breath to guide the movement. As you come back to center, inhale the arms out one last time, feeling that strength in the spine. And exhale, hands down to the ground. And we're gonna paint these fingertips forward just in front of us so we can roll over the tops of our knees, coming to a tabletop towards the front of your mat. So you should be facing towards one of the short ends of your mat. I like to tuck my toes under to protect the integrity of my knees. And from here, we will inhale our gaze in between our hands. Slowly pick our knees up off the mat and walk our way up between the hands towards the top of the mat for a small halfway lift, looking towards the horizon. Fingertips can be on the mat or hands against the shins as we bring the gaze forward. And exhale, relax down, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. And slowly inhale up one vertebrae at a time. Coming to our mountain pose, hands rise up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Today, to help with that energetic release, we'll be doing a breath of joy. So you can stay where you are. I'm going to face you so you can see what this looks like. So you can have your feet together, nice strong foundation. In the breath of joy, what this looks like is we'll take 2 inhales in, and we're gonna exhale this giant release down. So I'll show you first. We're gonna inhale once this way. Inhale. Inhale second. And exhale, release. So now we're gonna try this together. So you can inhale once, coming to a T position. Inhale again. Lift the hands all the way up like you're in mountain pose. And exhale, release. Throw the hands back, releasing the body into the knees. And slowly rise back up to standing in your mountain pose. So let's do this 2 more times. So inhale once, inhale again, exhale, release. Slowly make your way up. We'll inhale 1, inhale 2, exhale, release. Slowly make your way up, finding yourself standing at the top of your mat. And we'll do a quick modified sun salutation just to keep that energy moving. So stepping the feet together. Inhale, arms up overhead, maybe taking a slight back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold down, hinging from the hips, placing the hands on the ground. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands on the ground. And we'll take our right foot, step it as far back as you can, and drop the right knee down. Now that we're in our lunge position, I'm tucking my toes under on the right foot to protect the integrity of my knee. Inhale to rise up for a lunge. You can even invite a back bend here. And exhale, forward fold over that left knee. Keeping that right toe tucked, we'll inhale to bring our left foot to meet the right for downward facing dog. You can stay here for a few breaths. Maybe take your vinyasa here. I recommend the knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga variations. You can exhale, knees down to the mat. Chest and chin in between the hands, keeping the butt lifted. And inhale for cobra, slight bend in the elbows, keeping the pelvis on the ground. Exhale, head down to the mat. Tucking your toes under. We'll inhale, push back to tabletop. Exhale, continue into downward facing dog. Stepping your feet together, keeping with the right leg. We'll inhale to roll on to the tops of our toes. Invite the right knee into the chest, rounding the back, moving forward to step the right foot in between the hands. Go ahead, drop that left knee down to the ground, keeping those toes tucked as we inhale that lunge. You can invite that back bend if you like. And exhale, forward fold over the right knee. Keeping that left foot tucked, go ahead, step that right knee back, downward facing dog. Go ahead, take a few breaths here, taking a vinyasa of your choice. Or maybe you drop both knees down to the ground and come into a child's pose. Whichever child's pose fits your body the best for today, make this practice your own. And once you complete your vinyasa or child's pose, let's meet back in downward facing dog. You can move your head to the left and right, releasing any kind of tension in the neck. Just walking your feet out one at a time. And as soon as you're ready, we're going to inhale that right knee into the chest again, rounding the back, moving your body forward before stepping that right foot up between the hands. So now that you're in this higher lunge pose, go ahead, pivot your back foot to turn about 45 degrees off to the left side. Now that you're here, take a nice deep inhale, bring the arms up into a warrior one position, keeping a nice juicy bend in the front knee, nice broad chest. Take a nice deep breath in, find your foundation here. And to further invite that kind of spring cleaning mentality, we want to bring all of that stagnant energy we have no use for in between our hands. And on the exhale, we're gonna sweep it back as we come into humble warrior. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, bring the hands up. Think of anything you want to get rid of, have no use of. And exhale, send it down. Inhale one more time. Bring that energy into your hands. And exhale, get rid of it. Inhale up one more time. And on the exhale, we're gonna windmill the arms down, framing out our right foot. And go ahead, slide that right foot back to downward facing dog. And take child's pose or vinyasa of your choice. This child's pose, I'm letting the knees come to the outsides of the mat. Big toes together, resting the hips back as I rest my head in between. Once you go through whatever movement of your choice was, let's all meet back into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes. Go ahead, walk your feet out if you need as we move to the left side. When you're ready, come to the top of your tippy toes on the inhale, bringing your left knee into the chest, rolling forward before stepping that foot up between the hands. Go ahead, pivot that right foot down, facing 45 degrees out. And on the inhale, come up to warrior one. Nice juicy bend in this front knee. This time we'll do the opposite. We want to bring all that good energy in. And any stagnant energy, we're going to release down on the exhale. In with the new. Out with the old. In with the new. Out with the old. Come back up, inhale, warrior one. And we're gonna windmill those arms down. Come back into that downward facing dog. Taking any vinyasa of your choice and maybe finally coming into a child's pose if you haven't done so already. Even if you stay in downward facing dog, you can pedal out the feet, letting the fingers spread wide. And on the next inhale, let's all meet back in tabletop to downward facing dog on the exhale. And on the next inhale, allow your gaze to look towards your hands and walk your way there. Coming into a halfway lift, hands can be on shins or fingertips on the mat. Nice straight back. And exhale, forward fold down. Moving one vertebrae at a time. Inhale to unravel to standing. Bringing hands up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll be coming into a yogi squat next. So as I spread out my feet about a little over hip distance apart, you can use a block here too. If you'll be using a block, go ahead and set that just behind the heels, about so. And as we inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll begin to release the hips down towards the block or close to the mat, but not exactly sitting on it, to open up our hips. So as you see here, I have my chest nice and open, relaxing the shoulders back and down. And allowing the legs, hips to open here, that full body stretch. Also with your hands at heart center, you want to have your elbows pushing in to that juicy part of the knee, not exactly up here, but right against this thigh connection area. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale, release. If you're feeling any kind of pinching here, make sure you add a block. If it still feels a little bit tender, you can come back to standing just to get a little bit of a rest or maybe the halfway lift. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale, release. When you're ready to come out of this pose, with block or without, we'll have our hands just in front of us and slowly lift our hips up as if we're coming to a halfway lift or a forward fold of sorts. You can move that block off to the side. Allow your head to hang heavy, releasing any tension in this lower back. And when you're ready, I want you to slowly walk your feet back towards the middle of the mat so you can rest your knees down, coming back into a tabletop. If you like to have your Shavasana here, if that's part of your practice, you can make your way there. But we'll be ending our short practice for today. So from your tabletop, you can sit on one side of your hips and face your practice in your easy seated pose. You can come to close your eyes once again, hands resting effortlessly on top of knees or thighs. Noticing the energy flowing through your body. Now I want you to go ahead and give yourself a big hug. Put your left hand on right shoulder, right hand on left shoulder, and just begin to just sway from side to side, thanking your body for its practice, being able to cultivate this energy in the comfort of your own home. Take a nice giant squeeze in, loving your body, loving your practice. And as you begin to softly blink open your eyes, you can bring your hands to heart center. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, releasing the shoulders down. And I want to thank you for sharing your practice with me today. And may you continue to embrace your radiance. Ashe. Thank you so much for this spring morning refresh, and I hope to see you next time.